stream pause. Don't watch ce sham quad isn't plural vent.
Hey, how's it going? Happy Thursday. Welcome, Anaya. How are you doing? Can't sleep? I figured you're finally, have a decent sleep schedule. But here you are. Welcome back. Actually, does Germany even follow daylight savings? Or is it just now an hour earlier for you? I don't know how that... Some places don't, and I don't know which ones don't. That's not for me to know. I'm an American. There's no other countries around here, he says as he lives in Canada. Occasionally you have to show up, right? It's currently 2:30 a.m. We have our time change next week. Also, in a sense, it is... Wait, isn't it... So that means it's even later than normal, isn't it? Because it's an hour back, right? So usually it's like 1:30 when I go live. Now it's 2:30. Maybe? I don't know. I used to be good at math. And then I realized I don't need it. There was an argument, oh, not an argument, there was a talk about how kids aren't learning. And kids are like asking like, oh, well, why do I need to know this? Because AI will just tell me the answer. And it just reminds me of the same thing where for math. Why do I need to know long division if my calculator will do it for me? And unless you need to, right? Unless you really need to. I don't remember the last time I did long division or anything that didn't involve a calculator or just a computer that told me the answer. I think it's good to still know like the basic multiplication table, right? Things like there's up to 10. But past that, 11's obvious. So past that, I'm with them. I don't have a good answer to them. And until teachers will be able to answer that question, they're gonna struggle. 5-hour difference now, and it's usually 6-hour difference to the East Coast. Well, I'm in the West Coast, so. And there's a 3-hour difference between me and the East Coast. So math ain't mathing. The math isn't mathing. If you don't, you end up with U5 PTSD. True and real. No crystal math for me. That's okay. Crystals are expensive. I can go without crystals or math. We will have to do some math today because we need to do speed changes today. So we have the buffs working for enemies to get stronger. They just need to go faster as well. Oh yeah, before I forget, also, apparently you guys love juicers, as I found out. On YouTube, you are able to, depends on what country you're in, size, etc. There's a thing called like Brand Connect where they usually give you like a media kit. And on this media kit, it says, within the last 28 days, what is the shopping interest of my viewers? And pull it up. And if we look at the charts here, up top, TV and video streaming subscription services. Makes sense. Second one, juicers and blenders. Camera lenses. Makes sense. Cameras. Makes sense. Small appliances. I don't really know what that is. But maybe the juicers is actually, I guess juicer is a small appliance. Why are you guys so into juicers? Do I have a lot of XQC watchers? Is that what he calls his community? Juicers? Maybe not spelled that way. I don't know. I've only ever seen clips of XQC. I don't actually watch the full-on streams. But I just saw this and I found it quite interesting. YouTube is confused with Blender 3D and juicers. You know that maybe. I mean, that's a good guess. But this is shopping interests specifically, because there's a different section for audience interests. So this is audience interests, which is different than shopping interests. The audience likes roleplay games, adventure and strategy games. sci-fi fantasy movie fans. Like, it all makes sense. Indie alternative rock fans, I mean, I guess, sure. And sci-fi and fantasy TV fans. Like this at least somewhat makes sense, right? I'm technically in the film industry, so I can see some of the stuff. RPGs are juice. But you can see this one's audience share rate is quite large on all of these, very high interest level. And I just found it interesting that shopping wise, yeah, it's also demographics. Yeah, new demographics page. You're surprised it doesn't say anime? No anime. 4.7% female. Also, I don't know why this becomes like it's more of a circle here, then becomes even more of an oval. This is or thinner. And this is even thinner. I don't know. Is this gonna what? Is this supposed to be like a bar, but it's just so small that it doesn't even make a bar? I don't understand how this is supposed to display. Hey, Leo, look, man. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. My God, it increased. You have 0.7% of a whole female? I know, right? Wait, how do you get 0.7% of a whole female? Wait. Yeah, 4.7% female. 2% 13 to 17. This is pretty much shorts. I mean, I'm pretty sure like the majority of this is shorts. Or this 100% is shorts, pretty much. United States 29%. Canada 7%. UK 6%. Germany in fourth place at 5.4%. You got representation here, Aya. You know? India 3%. And then everyone else is too small. Or they don't care. Past here, this is I mean, actually, out of curiosity. 29 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5.4 plus 3. So this is only 50.4% of my demographic. So 50% is not here. It's from everywhere else. So only Germany and India watch content outside of their mother language? Well, no. This is only 50% of my entire like everyone. So the other 50% are also outside of it. It's just there's so many and there's so much and they're smaller than the top 5. This is just top 5. This is not everything. This is everything. I imagine all of this is also shorts. Yep. But this is also pretty much channel wide and shorts, right? I mean, if I go to my actual, let me see if I go to my actual streaming. Has that changed at all? Probably not. Oh, wrong section. Audience. Live. Oh yeah, no, it looks exactly the same as always. Pretty much. Yeah, 100% male audience. And then 18 to 44. And no one else. 64.8% are 25 to 34. Majority of the people are younger than me. All right. Wait for the day when we can be the 65 plus ones and can say something like, back in my days, we used something called PCG to help us build entire worlds. Now we just type it into the AI and it does it for us. Or we'll have like a brain link. When you have to write it, just think it and it'll just go. Anyway, shall we do some Unreal stuff, I guess? With this thing. So we left off needing to set up a movement speed calculation stuff. So we need to do that. Terminator is not robots, is the people that used BrainLink and got hacked by AI. Yeah, probably. Or more realistically, they didn't get hacked by AI. They just ran out of money. So they formatted their consciousness and override it with the default protocol. You know, once you get transferred into the machine, you get maintenance. But if you run out of money, you're kind of SOL. So yeah. Okay, so we need to do update movement speed. We need to do increase movement speed multiplier and decrease movement speed multiplier. So we need we also need a boolean on this one. If this was increase. Okay. Hey Zebra, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Juicers, yeah. Apparently you guys are juicers. Or rather like juicers, to buy juicers. How's it going, Zebra? Hope you're doing well. So you have explaining to do. Why do you like juicers so much? Hmm? Hmm? I'm gonna keep this open on the side because I'm sure more people are gonna ask. How's this being spun around you? You asked. Now it's all about you. It's that simple. You shouldn't have asked. Now it's all about you. Now I'll teach you for asking questions. What the hell's that analytics? What's wrong with analytics? Do you not like my analytics? They're provided by YouTube of your shopping interests. DLS 6 will just remove the game entirely and you'll be playing whatever the AI hallucinates? True. Oh, you need DLS 6 will be every character gets your face. There's a thing on YouTube. That's this. Start protecting how you appear in videos. Review content where your likeness may be altered or made with AI and decide what actions to take. Start now. Hey, fun fact, to get started with this, you need to submit your face to AI. So if I want to not have my face being used in the AI, I have to give my face to the AI. Does no one see the problem with this? It's just me. Am I the only one that's this? Am I the only one that's like this? You're just watching things? Why isn't your wig purchase showing up on your end, SMH? Well, are you buying enough wigs? Buy more wigs. Clearly you're not buying enough wigs if they're not showing up yet. So use a YouTuber, you just send your rough sheet. Don't worry, Zebra, you'll get used to it. Let it all build up and then push that towards your creativity. And then AI will never win. Until you lose your job. There's the interface. Wait, where's this? Oh, it's update movements to here. Oh, get speed modifier. Oh, she said a no to don't mind the tentacles. Keep buying cosplay wigs. There's like 10 in your storage. I mean, that's not that many. Let's be honest, 10's not that many. Once you buy like 1,000 plus, then we can start talking. The world for this year's Survival War 3, make it December to watch Doomsday. Doomsday? Is that a new movie? New movie? I assume. The day The day you figured out you can put event dispatchers inside of functions was the day you discovered there's levels to the shit. I mean, yeah, you can just call an event dispatcher from anywhere. You should do call, right? Yeah. Dune 3 plus Avenger Doomsday. Oh, okay. Is that a movie that's coming out? Look, I don't do movies. I have no idea. So I don't know if you're just saying you would like that to be a thing, or oh, I guess I don't need two of these. I only need one because you do modify, and then plus or minus will do the, yeah. Oh, two different movies. Okay. I see. Divide by 100 plus 1. Multiply by this. And we set it back. If it is a reverse, we can do something different. Dragging the bind pin from the event dispatcher into the input of the function. The bind pin from the event dispatcher. Oh, that thing. Was a short time of you showing up at 3 a.m. You shouldn't kill your newfound schedule too much? You say newfound schedule, but it sounds like you have a worse schedule. No. Have a good night. I've been sucking on these like all day. I've had a sore throat the past few days. I bought a bag of Halls. Big bag of Halls. Good night, I am. If it is reverse increase, we need to do something different. So we need to do still this. But then we do U minus 1 divided by U. I believe. Let's do the math. If we have, so this one's easy, right? If we're increasing it by 10, divided by 100, plus 1, times 1. 1.1. Movement speed is whatever it is. Right, we're good. Then for reversing, then we have 1.1. Again, we're going 10. So then 1 divided by 0.1, right? Because this is, well, increasing by 10 divided by 100, right? Plus 1. Oh, this is going to be negative. Sorry. So it's going to be negative 10 divided by 100 plus 1. Then 1 divided by 0.9. And then movement speed modifier. Why is this will not be correct, actually? Did I do the math wrong? It's because I'm doing... Is that not the right math? Because this ends up being 0.9. 1 divided by 0.9 is this. And so 1.1 minus this will be not 0. What's the math? What's the math? What's the math? If I increase a value by 10%, what's the math to remove the 10% from that new number? New divided by 1.1. Hey, Cruel Crusader, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. So, if that's the case, that means, so the new number... Wait. Wait. Remove the increase as new divided by 1.1? So, new number... What does that? What do you mean new? What? New number remove 10% increase original number. Original new. What? What do you mean new? What is new? Give me value examples. Suffering Unreal Engine, how are things going on you here? Fine, trying to figure out what the math is that I need to be doing to undo a percent increase. The original is 100 plus 10, yeah. So remove 10%, divide by 1.1. Wait, really? Didn't I do this before it was working? If it's 1.1 divided by 10% increase. I mean, yeah, I guess that will work. If I did... Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't... I overcomplicated this like hell. Because if I have a 10% increase and then a 20% increase, then I have a 10% decrease and a... Yeah, 20... Yeah. I overcomplicated this like hell. So if it is decreased by, so I guess we need to know if this is not reverse. I don't need that. I just need to just check if it is negative or not. I don't know why I overcomplicated that. If it is less than 0, so we're doing negative. We're subtracting. Do you select and you have it be negative or positive? Don't need the branch. Select. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, once I realized that, I could use the same value. But he probably wrote that before I looked. So this is on false. We're doing this. And then otherwise we're doing this. Right. So if it is positive, right, we're increasing. We have a 40% increase times whatever. Let's say my speed was originally 1.4, and then I do want to decrease by 40. So it'll be negative 40. Then I need to either case here needs to be absolute. Otherwise, that would have been bad. Right? So then we have 1.4 divided by 1.4, obviously get a 1. Those are the get sign from the float. They can give you if the value is negative. Yeah, this. And it tells me you're not talking about this. And then I need to do update movement speed. Movement speed multiplier is the current one times the modifier, yeah, which is the one you were using. Okay, yeah, that's all we need. So now when we do the Berserk status effect, we do this, and then we do modify movement speed multiplier. Modify by percent. And I'm going to test this by making it very high. 500%. Minus 500%. The multiplication and reversal. Where is it? The multiplication on multiplication and then reversal. I don't know what that means. I'm not multiplying a multiplier. I read all the messages. Select on bool, yeah I did. Yeah I did. There's also a get sign from float. They can just give you if the value is negative. But this is what gives me the if the value is negative. So I don't understand what this is the get that gets me if it's negative. I don't understand. I just read them all in order. I don't get it. Oh, the effect. I thought you were talking about the multiplication parts. That's why I reread that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's why we did the math, right? It doesn't matter if the effects stack or not. All right, 1.2. If you had a 20% increase and then got a 30% increase, then you can just still divide by 1.2 and then divide by 1.3. It doesn't matter when you add or remove them. Math, multiply and divide can be interchanged in any order, get the same results. Yeah. So we're good. It doesn't matter. It's all basic math that I overcomplicated when I for some reason was making it so I don't know what the hell I was doing. I don't know what I was doing. I couldn't tell you. Is there any way to make this better? No, there isn't. Honestly, let's just do this. Okay. So now we should have him increase by 500% movement speed after he does his little thing. Now you should. Where's the effect? Oh, it's loading textures. Okay. Why he attacks so quickly? Okay, he's moving slowly. Now do it. Do the thing. Now the effect is loaded. Oh, I still have the cooldown 30 seconds, don't I? Okay, now. Oh, yep, he's fast. Okay, the movement speed works. Look at that. Look at how fast he is. And now he's going back to slower. There we go. That works like a charm. He'd be zooming. I'm going to increase movement speed by... that's not what I meant to do. 50%? I mean, that's probably too much. 25%. Okay. But honestly, I do want to be able to control the cooldown. Like, as a separate thing. Right? So, I know we're not doing that right now for him, but let me look at my cooldown setup. But my cooldown setup, it's really not my cooldown setup, okay? Glad it worked right off the bat. I had no crashes, bugs, error, or anything. I sense sarcasm. I said sarcasm. Sarcasm, nah. Okay, so if we don't have it in the cooldowns, then it adds it and says true. It's fine. I see. The problem is, the problem we run into with this. Have a good night, Leo. Thanks, standby. Problem we have with this is there's a scenario where this succeeds and another check fails. But now this is on cooldown. So, I want to know if there's any way for me to have a check here that says it has actually gone and successfully doing the tasks versus not. Oh, you know what we can do? I know what we can do. We can remove this part from it and make this a task. And the only thing here it's just gonna check is if it is on cooldown already. And the only way it will add a new cooldown is if the task then starts. Because then, otherwise, right, what's happening is if I have this cooldown and have a random, right, it'll check, it'll say, yeah, this is fine, but the random will fail. That's what I need to do. Okay. My brain's working today. Just wait for it to fail. Don't worry, it'll fail soon. So we need a new stage 3 task. This is going to be set ability on cooldown. And this one will rename is check ability cooldown. Can you bench test my brain? I mean, you could certainly try. I'm gonna fail. But sure, if you're ready for me to fail, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Usually at this time of day when I'm doing this, my brain isn't the best. Because I'm already tired from a day of doing stuff. But yeah, you can feel free. You got questions, you know, I'll answer them, or I'll pretend to know the answer to them. What? What just happened? Why do I still have this? Okay, that was weird. You have a UI issue and you feel like you're running circles around. I'm not the expert on UI, but I can certainly try. What's the problem? And then here, in either one of these, it goes to it's fine. Now, if the cooldown end time, so it finds it, it checks the time, and as long as the current game time in seconds is greater or equal to this, then we're fine. Otherwise, we just say no. And then here, we do the actual cooldown. Unfortunately, we do have to put the cooldown name and the thing in two places. And me doing this does mean that I now have to do it on every single enemy. For every single ability. Fun! Let's go ahead and open up every single stage tree that I have. Yep, just these. Open! We now have to change it for every single enemy. I hope you're not writing an essay about your UI issue. You're using a single modular button widget multiple times, but you can't isolate the individual event dispatcher uses. So, okay, you have a modular button widget, great. You're using it multiple times, great. What do you mean you can't isolate the individual event dispatcher uses? As in, you want to send that modular button up to the highest level and then tell that that specific button does something compared to another button? Is that what you're trying to do? So you can isolate this button of this copy of the button versus this copy of the button versus this copy of the button. Does this not have a cooldown? Oh, there it is. When you test the bind and on-click event, it doesn't give you the right variables. How are you checking the variables? And how do you have it assigned? I can show you how I have it set up, because I have that set up minus the variable sending. But that's not hard to do either way. With the event dispatcher, yeah. So the enter condition here is fine. We just need to do the set ability on cooldown. Oh, do I still need the cooldown time on the original now? No, but I don't want to delete it yet, because otherwise then I won't have the reference for myself for all of this. If you can answer me that question, I'll show you how I did it. But just in case it's just a simple verbal thing, I'll answer that way. I don't think this has a cooldown. Can I search? I can't search. Is there not a search here? I want to search like all the conditions. Okay, well, it seems like that's usually in the just the cooldowns I have. The only cooldowns I have are the combat ones, so I'll just have to trust it. When create the widget, you're passing it as an enum. When you click the button, it sends the last button. Okay, here I'll show you how I have things set up, and that'll probably answer your question. What's a good one to use? Actually, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this thing has a button here. This is a button. Okay. It's a common button, but you can see here on clicked on whatever, it has things. And on each one of these, right, I'm using why is this just a print? I don't know why I have this here. Better yet. Where is it? Oh, here. Because I was doing a mouse button down. So I have, yeah. So here I have the event dispatcher, right? And I'm sending information through. I'm sending a struct, and I'm sending just a reference to that button specifically, right? So in your case, you'll be sending in through the enum. So this is just an event dispatcher, right? Where you just add your inputs. Right? And then here, wherever you're doing that, if you have the buttons already in the world, actually, there's a better example I can grab. Let's do... Where's the game over screen? Game over doesn't have buttons. Search. Yeah, so in any one of these, your buttons will appear here on whatever their events, right? So in my case, it's hard to show because I don't have it auto-populating. But if you're automatically generating them, you can bind to it. And when you bind to it, you will be able to pull whatever, information you need from that. So here I'm getting the deck card when I do move deck. Because that's what the event dispatcher is doing. So either bind to that dispatcher, right, when you create it, or it'll be here when you have the button selected.
Until the demons are exercised.
And when you press this button, then it'll give you the whatever inputs you had and whatever information you're pushing through. Four events using the button, but they have their own unique binding events. Oh, ads are going. I will continue here. I'll copy that. Oh, I guess copying that doesn't help when I need to keep pasting in this all the time. You don't have cooldown, right? No. You do. That takes care of the entire group. Because it doesn't matter which one it does in this case. This also allows me to have variation, which is nice. This is the old one. I still need it. There you go. Oh, this doesn't do... No, don't need it here. It's on each... Yeah, it's each individual one. Attack 6. The nice thing about this is that means we will be able to actually modify the cooldowns. Per, like, actually on the mobs. So we can make the cooldowns shorter or faster. Because we can add a modifier. Worst case scenario, like, things will work. They'll just attack a lot. Which I don't really want, so. What is this? Oh, ranged base. I don't think I'm using this anymore. Yep, that can go away. I think this one's still being used as the default, which is fine. Confused that you miss steps in setting things up? Okay, answer me this. Do you have the buttons in the widget? Like, you created a button. You have a dispatcher unclicked. And then you, in your other widget, you just have 4 buttons or whatever it is? Or are you spawning the buttons dynamically? Just do it this way. So buttons are created dynamically. Okay, if they're created dynamically, then when you create the button, right, you just bind event and you do create event. Okay? Just do this. And then in that event, you'll have your input. Whatever you're passing through on that button, you'll have it. That's pretty much it. I'll give it 15 seconds, but I'm also going to give it then a randomness or chance of getting it. That's going to help a lot, I think. I think that'll help a lot. Oh God. Yeah, this one's gonna be a pain. Combat and knockback. Okay, the only one that has a check is this. But this is fine. We're going to rework these guys anyway. So, I guess that's fine. Well, I guess, no, what I need to do, because, yeah, I can't add a task to these, because these are subtrees. Yeah, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with that bosses later. And you, when bosses are done. The whole chase player is also going away, so we don't need to worry about that. Combat melee is also going to be going away, but I guess for now... yeah, you don't need to do anything here. Same thing with you. That's going to go away. Okay, here we go. Cool down. This is gonna help so much. I was thinking, like, the cooldowns have issues, and this one, this is the setup from Game Dev Cave, something like that. It's a good setup, but it did have one flaw that this method or this slight tweak fixes. So, I'm glad. Yeah, if this is from, so you can find it. This is, state tree, no. Yeah, here it is. From, the Game Dev Cave, this is the... It's 11 months ago now, jeez. Alright, so I used this same setup, but now I've just made a slight modification to it. Yeah, I'll link this to you guys in case you want it. You want to do the same kind of setup. But basically, the only thing I'm changing here is instead of having the check and the addition here, I'm now separated it out into two. So we have just the check and in a state tree, just the add. Because this way, it will not add it if some other check fails. So you can give it like, there's a cooldown, but there's also a random chance. Or are you like on the ground when the cooldown ends? Right? There's other checks you might want to do. And this will make it so it will not accidentally just start the cooldown when it's not supposed to. It also guarantees that... I was going to say that it works like the first time, but this will work the first time anyway, so... Either one. Was that the fix is very simple. I don't think these I do anything with again. Goblin. Okay. Pull down. Attack. 6, which means, yeah, we'll be able to kind of make things a little bit better for sure. Because now I can do... There's a cooldown, but there's also a chance of it going in there. So it won't be an exact cooldown. Otherwise, before it was like... Hey, 5 seconds are up. 5 seconds are up. There's not like a 5 to 10 second range, right? Stuff like that. There's no randomness. This will help. Because what was happening is when there's no like chance of it happening and it's guaranteed. If you go into a mob that all has a guaranteed attack that is not on cooldown because you just entered the mob pack, it means every single enemy there will go off cooldown at the same time. Honestly, I might add some variation to the cooldown, but probably no need if I have just a chance of it entering. Here. Don't care about this one. I don't even care about this one either. Cool. Okay, that should be all of them. So now we've updated them all to use this. Great. And this does not finish because of the bug. I guess it's the good old bug. Well, I guess in our case, we don't want it to finish anyway. Yep, this is good. All looks good. All looks good. So now, if we wanted to, I can tweak their... I can make them attack faster. instead of doing movement speed, I can have them attack faster, which I might do honestly now. Not attack faster, attack more often, which is a difference. It is a big difference. For the player, that is a big difference. We can now have enemies attack more often, which means when I'm reworking the bosses, they will hit an enrage, where once they're low enough down, where I can have them be more aggressive without having to like specifically redo redo the stuff, or do the different attacks at like different cooldowns. I don't know why I couldn't get that out of my out of my mouth. Or say, oh, my brain. I'm assuming you're good, Cruel Crusader. I'm gonna close my old demonstration of this. Okay, so now let's do a little Are you not are you not good? What are you still? What's the problem still? I showed how to bind, and you know how to send the use the event dispatchers. What's the problem still? Let's get some enemies. So we can do some tests. And for the Flying Eye Champion, we'll have the buffing of the allies, not buff self. You're trying to add a variable to the event connected to the dispatcher. To the event connected to the dispatcher, but everything keeps breaking when you do. To the event? What is the event connected? Is that like a custom event that is that the dispatcher? What you called it, event connected? I don't know what the event connected is. Let's see. Yay! Give them all the buff. Look at that. They all have the buff. Why does it occasionally do fail to get attack on them? Where are they? Hey. So what is going on? Huh? So index 0 failed. How would you fail? As long as this not empty. Create event signature error. Oh, edit behavior rune does not match the necessary signature. Has the delay function event changed? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so here's what you need to do. You're probably creating a custom event manually. Don't do that. Don't make the custom event manually. When you drag out of here and do create event, right? Just create a matching function or create a matching event, either one. If you do create a matching event and it's inside of a function currently, it's smart enough to put it out here, but sometimes it isn't. But then you have the proper event with the proper thing, and then it will be linked here. And where you add the variable, it breaks? No. Make sure you have all of the variables plugged in first, set up for your dispatcher first, then create the event. Order matters. Hey, Kool-Aid Jimmy, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. It's been about 4 days since you used Unreal Engine. Nice. Or not nice, depending on whether you miss it or not. Yeah, Crusader. Basically, you want to set up your event dispatcher first, put all your variables in, then go in here, and then create the matching event. If you update the dispatcher, you need to manually update your custom event and make sure it's linked still. Or, easier one, delete it, or delete the function and or create a new one, basically create a new matching one, and then move things over to it. That's it. Steam likes giving you problems. Steam has you have problems with Steam? What problems do you have with Steam? Seems great. I say that, like, but I mean, I don't do much on Steam except double click to play games and occasionally buy some. So, yeah, to be fair. Trying to load Fragpun, it won't load. Are you sure that's Steam and not just Fragpun? That doesn't sound like it has anything to do with Steam. That just sounds like it has everything to do with the actual game. What does Steam have to do with this? There you go. No errors. Okay. So we now have him able to buff. What the hell else do we want him to do, though? Because that's not enough. It's cool that he can buff, but we need something else. I don't need this. Do effective allies in AoE? We already got that. I don't want to put and make another dot for his attacks. I could give him homing. You create an event, compile, everything works, add variable, compile, everything. No, don't do add variable and you can't add a variable. It has to match exactly the dispatcher. You can't add variable. If you want a new variable, you add it in the dispatcher first, and then you make the matching event, or you make sure that your event matches. You cannot. Everything works after you compile because everything is already set up, and then you added a variable which makes it no longer match the dispatcher. Don't do that. Make sure it matches. And then everything will be fine. Dispatchers need it to be exactly the same. No extra, no less. If you want to, you could have a secondary custom event that has an extra variable if you need it, but the dispatcher one needs to be specifically exactly how it was. I mean, I can give him a big explosion. I can give him a big... I can make the elite one have this. And then the champion one will also buff and have a bigger attack. What would that look like if I made it bigger? Let's move you over. So, for shits and giggles, if I made this 4 times bigger, probably too big. Yeah, too big. 3 times bigger. Probably is going to be 2, but yeah. I mean, maybe 2.5, we'll see. Oh, 2 is pretty good. Okay. So, I think we could do that. I think we can do that. So, create child. So on this one, right, we'll say it's 2 times bigger. And then this needs to be bigger. And that also means that the explosion radius needs to be bigger. Do we double explode or double radius? Probably. I will need to, I think, debug the visibility of it. Oh, right. Hold on. It's still using the other one. So let's do Not you. Zero radius is 100 right now. That's 100 radius? Oh, is that 100 radius because he's a champion? Is it scaling it? Hold on. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so in that case, we don't need to change the radius on the large one, because it's already being scaled. We just need to change the visibility of it. So we can go to you. So on this guy, we could say the champion projectile is this. And we'll use this for the other ones. So let's take a look. Ooh, but so now he hits the bottom. Okay, let's do this. The height one doesn't matter as much anyway, so okay, maybe a little too big. It's funny though. I think it is already, honestly, I think it's already scaling, but this will allow us to do a little bit bigger nevertheless. So let's do 1.5 because I think it's already scaling by him being bigger. Do 1.5 and we'll still make the explosion a bit bigger. 50. I mean, honestly, that's not bad. So the elite will buff, so will the champion. The champion will also do bigger area attacks. Not exactly, I know, hard to dodge, but still. Okay. I like it, I like it. So we're going to change only a few things. This is going to be, instead of champion, it's going to be elite champion. It's not an elite champion, it is elites and champion tier mobs. And then Citri. Okay, so if I made him trash tier, right, he's just going to do a single attack, and there's going to be, on average, 8 of them in a pack. Right. You understand the error of your ways now? Good. So this is a trash pack where they will just shoot regular projectiles and just try to lob them at the player. Right? Cool. Simple. Now, if we have elites, there could be up to 2 elites. And elites now are going to have the ability to buff each other, which means both of them will do more damage. And they will both potentially buff every single enemy around. Now, it's going to be... I think it should be fine. Because basically whatever one's the newest one, we'll just refresh it. So let's go ahead, and now that we have our setup with the cooldowns, the buff allies, we can actually add a random. So we can give it a, let's say, an 80% chance. Now you just need to correct the errors of your ways. I mean, correcting the errors of your ways is pretty simple, right? You just stop adding variables that are not in the dispatcher when you want to use the dispatcher. That's it. Well, you can have a dispatcher, then run another function that has another input. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. But just don't have the dispatcher thing, the dispatcher event or function, have different inputs. That's all. Oh, there we go. So this one buffed him, then this one buffed him. Looks good. And if we throw in just some enemies... There you go. So that one buffed, and that one buffed. 80% might be a little too low, but... Yep. Now they're all buffed, so they're all moving a little bit faster. Those have run out. I just want to see where that one gave it to these guys and refreshed it. If 80% might be a little bit too... Let's go like 70%. You created many mechanisms to try to work around this simple thing. I mean, but now you know what the problem was. And now you don't need to work around it. Now you just use it just fine. Now, of course, because I helped you with this, I think you probably read the contract, right? You now owe me 95% of any income you make from your project. So I'm glad we are on the same page on this. But, you know, now you're better for it. I think my knowledge was worth it. Okay. Once you know it, you had to abandon the project onto the next one that continues to work on the same project on another title. I mean, companies do that. I don't know about a company specifically, but like, right? Companies definitely change their own name and pretend like they're a different company. It's effectively the same thing. So this is working great, and then there's the scenario of the champion one, where we have still the ability to buff, but He will now. I want him to shoot me once before. Oh, there we go. Shot me once and then did it. Honestly, maybe we just go all the way to like 50%. Still gonna do it fast enough. If it makes you feel any better, you might look to hire me to handle some procedural system for my game. It doesn't, because I'm not for hire. You would not be the first one that tries to hire me. And you would not be the first one I tell no. I don't have time. The attempt was made. I can't blame you for trying. But I have a full-time job, and I do streaming, and I do content creation. I barely have time for anything. So, yeah. My days are packed. I appreciate it, the thought. But yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, maybe. No, I'm just gonna say no. There was a point in time when a lot of times when I was like, yeah, like I can take things, and I did that too many times when I really couldn't. And it always resulted in me like not doing anything and then being like, hey, look, I just don't have time. So now I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to myself. I don't have time. I don't. Because otherwise, it's bad for everyone. But we have a new enemy and we have a new setup, which is freaking awesome. Well, not a new enemy, but like a new multi-tiered setup for an enemy. When you finish this magic crafting mechanic, you'll come back with a proper pitch. I mean, feel free to. The answer won't change. Because it's not like my time is going to change. The only way where it will make a difference is if I got fired. But if I got fired, we have more problems than that. I mean, you can be stubborn with whatever you want, right? I only have so much time. Hey, you're not the only one. I might even have someone in the... I mean, like, I even have people like sending me emails asking for feedback on projects or some help, like general help, like through emails out of all things. It's really meant for like business stuff, not that, but yeah, like I have people like asking basically something that would take my time. And I don't have to, I can't. Unfortunately, I cannot do it because just time. Hey, Revolutionary, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. No facts? No, I'm in the digital age. Dude, you know how badly I'm in the digital age? I had to go for an appointment today at a place, and they gave me something. They're like, oh yeah, you're going to just tape it. And I'm like, I don't own tape. Okay, they're like, okay, well, you're going to need to buy some tape, and then you're going to fill this out. And I'm like, I don't own a pen. Actually, I think I have a bunch like somewhere stored away, far away. I don't have these things. Hey, Moxie, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm in the digital age. Okay, new enemy. Oh god, what do we do with you? Tape you still have? Always handy? I've never needed tape for anything. Pretty much. I think the last time I needed tape was when I moved to another country. And it was like heavy duty tape. Other than that, yeah, I don't know tape. But I had to buy like some Scotch tape. I don't even know if it's good enough. That's what I bought. So we have this guy. Who's supposed to What are you doing? Why are you spazzing out the way you are? Why aren't you? There it is. He's supposed to go behind me. Yeah, like that. And then attack. So wherever you are, he tries to get behind you and attack you from behind. It doesn't do any more damage to be attacked from behind versus in front. But I just thought it was a cool, like, visual thing. Yeah, this is Manny. Yep. For now. Well, I have the main character being created. So, with that in mind, what the hell do we do for his stuff? He does have an animation that I haven't been using, which is this one, where he throws a bomb. I don't have a bomb. Acid. So I could make one, and I can make it so he throws a bomb, like a 3D bomb that lands somewhere and after a time explodes. That's one of the things that I put here. Lob projectile into delayed explosion. Right? So we could do that. And then, for the champion version, we could have him throw multiple bombs. All right. So instead of having throwing one bomb, we can have him throw multiple. The question I have actually is, there's 2 frames, right? I could probably take this, mask it, and just use the sprite, right? Just these 2 frames going back and forth like this. Hey, Henry, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. It's where you implemented the endless bomb pants. I mean, yeah, of course. They're the best pants. Would you want your bombs to run out? That's just dangerous. What if you need a bomb? And you go in your pocket and there's no bomb? I mean, just... Come on, let's be reasonable here. Looney Tunes logic, yep. Yeah, we could take this, just these 2 frames, separate this thing out, the bomb out, and we just make this a sprite bomb. And we can have it do the lobbed animation. I'm all for this. Take a look. Characters. Oh, you wouldn't be under characters. Hold on. Oh no, not show and explore. I need to see. Is it this? I think it's oh yeah, it's a spreadsheet. Oh, but source location doesn't exist. Characters. 2D. Goblin. Bomb. Spreadsheet. Okay, so we don't need much here. Let's make a new. We're probably 16. By 16, does that even need to be 16? 3, 4. Yeah, it needs to be 16. Oh wait, nope. Don't scale. Scale would be bad. Why is what? This was sharp. What? Why does this have like not? Why is this not sharp? I didn't scale this. Oh, it's because it's like in between pixels, actually. I don't. Okay, there we go. No, what? Okay, we're fine. Just scooch this over and grab the other one. You just installed Affinity an hour ago. Love it. Yeah, it's great. I was using Affinity Photo before. Now it's all free. Give it Groxy increased resolution? I mean, I can, but I'm not going to use it. If you want to just see what it looks like, yeah, I can. What? See, it's... That's all we want. Let's do... Why are you selecting here? Okay, fine. Let's do this. Clean it up a little. Make sure there's nothing extra here. We're good. Okay, so now we have A and B. You know what? I'm going to make sure that the bombs looks the same. I mean, it pretty much looks the same. Oh, this has a little bit of a transparency. Okay, here's what we do. I take this. Put that there. And now, does it not control E to merge on this one? Merge selected. There you go. So now it looks the same. Perfect. But do you want me to give it a grok and say increase resolution? Why is it still loading it? I just want to see what happens. Oh god, it's so low res, it doesn't know what to do with it. It looks so bad. It doesn't know what it is. I mean, this is what he sees, right? He doesn't know what the hell this is. Because keep in mind that we're zoomed in, like at 100% resolution, right? It's just like, it's tiny. Here's some abilities. Weapons. What did I put it under? What makes sense? Items. Projectiles. Boom. Oh wait, there's. Oh my god, I already have a bomb. Never mind, I had a bomb. God damn it.
AV alert, we will pausing.
It's a nice bomb too. It's a whole explosion. God damn it. I'll need to separate the into a couple of make a couple of sprites out of them. So I'll need this one. Look at that. Those, and then this will be the explosion. You lost at least 10 minutes of your life. Yes, but so did you, because you had to watch me do that. Yeah, sorry. There's an old expression that my parents used to tell me, which is basically a stupid brain will not let the legs rest. I think is the best way I can translate it. Because you go to one place, like, oh shit, I forgot something, and you go back and you grab that thing, and you can come back. I'm like, oh, I forgot another thing, and then it's not a stupid brain, it's a forgetful brain. So if you want to get some steps in, just be forgetful like me. You know, I was actually thinking about it, and I realized, you know the saying, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't have it in your head, you have it in your legs. Maybe it's something like that. Basically, it's the same thing. Just hard to translate. But you know the saying, out of sight, out of mind? I think I am the embodiment of that. I'm like a horse with blinders. Because so often, like, I have a grocery bag. And I've been thinking, like, I need a new grocery bag. And every time I grab it to go grab groceries, which is daily, because it's around the corner and it's convenient, so I only grab what I need, I think, oh, I should order a new one. And every time I come back, I take what I need out, throw the bag down on the floor, like in its bag spot, as I call it, and then I forget about it. Have I ordered new ones? I have once. I don't like them. I need to find a different one. But this was months ago already. And every day, because I see it, I'm like, oh, I gotta do that. And then as soon as I put it down, I forget about it. Ever used a shopping bag twice? Our grocery stores don't even have shopping bags, like disposable ones. You have to bring your own bag. Like, I understand, like, wanting to, like, reduce the plastics and all that, but to not even sell them? Like, I was fine paying for them. I don't care. It's not it's 10 cents a day, I will survive, or 25 cents a day, I will survive. But now I have to bring your own. It's stupid. I hate it. But the planet is not. I'll be dead by then. I don't care. I don't plan to have children. Doesn't affect me or my family. Let me have my microplastics. Yeah, everything we buy is in plastic bags. Yep. There's so many bigger, at least what seems like bigger uses for plastic than that. Yeah. Let's do a goblin bomb active and goblin bomb explosion. Okay, so explosion here needs to get rid of the first 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. Yep. This one needs to get rid of everything except the first 3. Which means the 3 plus would get rid of. Yeah. So now we have. Look at that. I love how the color of the bomb is nearly identical to the background, so you can't even see it. But there you go, that looks nice. And there's our explosion, which also looks nice. Unfortunately, we won't see the full explosion because it's gonna be like partially in the ground. How do we do this? We're gonna need to. What? Hey, Biss, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Because people use plastic bags for garbage, and was revenue losses in the oil plastic as a byproduct of gas and garbage bag sales would go up if they banned them. It's all conspiracy, man. Tinfoil hat time, you know. Illuminati. I need to move. How do we do this? So unlike, actually, what am I doing for the other sprites? Because I have the same thing for the other sprites. Let's see. It's been so long since I set them up. Right, so the flip book, yeah, it's in the center. Oh, it's just I increased the size of the collision box. Because it's based off the collision box, right? Not the sprite. So I can make the collision box bigger to make it a little more sense. And in my, but see, in my case, I guess it wasn't being, it was exploding. It should be fine. It'll be fine. You know, let's just set it up and then go from there. Okay, let's do Goblin. So this one needs, this is the hit flip book. So Goblinbot Explosion. Wait. Oh, it's because I need to open a full blueprint. Yes, yes, yes. And here we just manually place in this. Right? So already we can go to the goblin. I'll just copy you. So we can throw it here. Do that. Plug in the U, and for testing purposes, I'm gonna put it here. Oh, I love it when it doesn't paste at all how I want it to. What is this? Copy. Paste. Why? That's not what I copied. Where do the bombs spawn relative to the pawn? Use a scene component. Now, I have a setup here, where I put in the projectile and a projectile start offset. So I can make it so I can basically it's mid body roughly, and I just tell it how far forward it is, because if you're a bigger character, you're gonna want it further forward to start. That's all. And then how high up, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't see it. Like, at that point, good enough. Most times you'd want it from the middle roughly anyway, because middle is waist. Hi. I haven't seen any visual thing that I'm like, oh my god, that looks really weird type thing, so I haven't adjusted it. But okay, let's, you know what? Here, we'll do this. Attack atoms, normal. I'll swap one of these for the projectile one. Oh, relative to his pants? Oh yeah. What do you think this is covering? It's right there. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. Already. You should not be moving while doing that attack. Can you throw the bomb again? Okay. Let's call it a day. Oh, you want me to stop streaming? Damn, that boring, huh? Okay, let's do nope, not you. I want to add a new attack atom. This is going to be sort of normal. This is going to be alternate. Goblin attack 3. Okay. One thing that I am noticing already that I want to set up that I don't have a setup for is to have a scatter shot. So right now I can do an arc. I have a setup for that. But I don't have a setup for just scatter, like in a cone. How do we do that? I mean, I can scatter in a square. Scattering in a square is easy. Plus or minus, right, left, right, up, down, or whatever it is. Yeah, up. And then you just pick a random spot in there, and then just that's your direction. If I want to do it in an actual like circle, or like a sphere type thing, a little bit more of a pain. But honestly, I could just go with pretending it's a cube. It'll be fine. You probably can't tell anyway. We'll set that up as well as a scatter shot, because I'm thinking, right, we have this bomb. So the regular mob will not have anything. The regular mob will do this, which is just a bunch of backstabs, right? Then we have the elite throw bombs that have a delayed explosion, which we also need to set up. And then the champion, I wanted to throw a scatter of bombs. To like maybe throw like 5-7 bombs, like randomly in an area. Or maybe this one will throw multiple too, just not that many. Because I think maybe having smaller radiuses for this one could be nice, because they're quite small. And we go with that. Lower the direction angles using the loop index and use a 360 cone angle. Divide by cone angle? What do you mean divide by cone angle? What I'm doing for like a spread, right, is basically the index divided by 360, you know, whatever it is, to know how much I need to spread it out. But a cone, I basically need to angle it, but it can't be like just -5 to 5, -5 to 5, right? Because that makes a square. I mean, you can. That's what I'm thinking I'm gonna just do, because I screw it. But technically speaking, it should not be possible to do -5 and like right a corner, because it should be rounded. But no one's gonna care. No one's gonna notice. Gameplay wise, it'll be just fine. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna make it easy. Okay, so they gotta know. They're not gonna know. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Isn't it late as hell? It's near the end of the stream. You just haven't been able to sleep recently, have you? Still. $1 a.m. average late. How you doing, sir? Oh yeah, well, the time change. Not as bad. I know, right? All right. We got enemy. We got some upgrades, and we're working on the second one. let's go ahead and let's close some stuff first. Don't need any more. We're done with the flying eye. We're done setting up the buff. Don't need you. We don't need this combo trigger stuff. It doesn't matter. You do not need a weight. You're good. Tempted to just slightly center it. What you cooking? Bomb explosions. Bomb explosions. Here, let's do a quick test. Basically, if I just have him throw the bomb now. He now can do that. We now have a little explosion of a bomb. Please don't say that out loud. Say what out loud? So the elite version is going to do backstabs. He's also going to throw bombs, but I now want to do clusters of bombs. Bomb explosions? You don't like bomb explosions? What's wrong with bomb explosions? What's the explosions of bombs? Or do you mean something else? I mean, telling me is dangerous because then I'll want to say it. Whatever it is. You never know who is listening? I mean, look, I say shit out of context all the time. You remember being at a bar talking to friends on Discord about Rust raid preparations? Yes, just cook it all and get the rockets ready. Got a lot of attention. Yeah, out of context, it sounds a little weird. Just a little. But context does matter. A lot. Great clips, though, like great stream clips, are the ones where you take things out of context because it's funny. To me, at least. There's occasionally like compilations people make of like streamers or whatever, and just or people in videos, just like blank out of context. And it's always funny. I enjoy that stuff. Okay, so I need to set up. Yeah, like that. Deck.exe. You have a big deck. I still used to get bigger. Execute attack. So for you, right? I need to figure out this air blade nonsense that I have here and then not use that later. I need to control the angle here. And basically, I need to know if it is a scattershot. Or not even I don't even need a scattershot. I just need to do random deviation. No. Yes, I do random deviation. Let's make a struct and have all the scattershot controls, because we need to check if it is a scattershot. We need to know how many we're shooting. And then what is the angle offset? Random equals not nice? I mean, how would you make it not random? But I am. That's a load of cap right there. Just keep watching the stream. You'll realize that's not the case. Don't lie to yourself and others. I am an asshole. Okay, so we have you. Let's go ahead. So we need to know if it is a scattershot. We need to know. We have a projectile count. Integer. Default 1. And then we need to know angle randomness? Yeah, cone angle. It's certainly not a cone, but we'll say 10 degrees. Yep. And then here, we can add the struct. That also means that wherever we use this, we now need to also in terms of blueprints, blueprint interface, which I think is in the character base. I don't think I need to search for it. Yes, which means you now need to have it as well. So then we can plug you through. I should combine these into a struct finally. I've been meaning to for a while, but the new one I'm adding is this, because some of these, like, I should make the overrides combine the overrides or something, or combine the multi-directional stuff. I don't know. Figure that out later. Not a big deal. But if we go to the projectile now, we need to overwrite Oh, not, no, that's already what's being shot. We need to override. And the attack. So we need to add. Okay, I got it. So we need to add the control here to this. So we need to have the attack info now have a projectile scatter here as well. I still don't understand what you meant by scatter shot. How does that differ from arc shot? Here, I'll explain. Okay, so imagine you're looking top down, right? So this is you just looking down at the ground, okay? An arc shot scatters like this, right? If you're here, it just scatters in an arc. So I have support for this. This is an arc shot, okay? So think like Path of Exile, you have a bow and you just shoot 5 arrows in an arc, right? A scatter shot is if you're looking top down, in terms of like where it's going, it's this. So the bombs would land in an area instead of a perfect arc. So they will go slightly different angles. They might have like a bunch like here randomly and only like one over here. This is scatter. You know, it's imagine you just grab, you know, a handful of salt and you just threw the salt, right? It's not gonna all beautifully separate into a perfect arc, right? It's just gonna splatter everywhere. It's gonna scatter. In this case, bombs scatter, you know. Yeah. Instead of bullet hell stuff, just random in area. Yes. Which I think will work nicely because it's just a bunch of small bombs on the ground. So I think it's gonna look nice. But we need to modify a few more stuff to even get started with this. Starting with you. We need to like organize this better. I need to put like projectile start offset. This is all this is projectile. Like a lot of this is just it's I don't know. Gotta figure something out. From where is he actually getting those bombs, Such? Oh, we went over this. You missed it. we went. I explained it earlier. You should have been here, man. You're missing all the good stuff. I need to have the project what's it called? Scatter shot info. Save, and then start compiling. Okay, we're good. Okay. But yeah, to answer your question again, it's from right here. Yeah, it's from right here. That's where it comes from. need you. You know, attack trace done now. Because now we go all the way through all of this. And then here, when we do the projectile attack, we need to do scatter shot. Oh, which attack info already has scatter shot, so we actually don't need scatter shot on this because we just put it into attack info. So actually we didn't need it here. Which also means that we didn't need it here. Because the attack info now has it. Because we would need to do it on the animation. When Noah reaches into his trousers, which happens suspiciously often, he's not digging around in fabric. He's manually querying the infinite bomb buffet on the other side of reality. He has a bag of holding, okay? He has a sack of holding that he keeps beneath the cloth. We'll call it a sack of holding to be legally distinct. We don't want to, infringe on D&D there. So he reaches into his sack of holding. And he pulls out his bomb. Okay, are we good now? Attack info now carries all the information, which is good. I don't think I need the force damage override anymore, but with how I'm setting things up now, but we'll hold off on that. Okay, so that is now all good. We can ignore all that. Good, good, good. Okay, so now here. I need to do something about why am I checking if it is a airblade? Because I was scaling it before. So I was doing some scaling if it was an airblade, but I don't like the fact that it's hard-coded for airblade. So we'll need to change that at some point. This is doing... Oh, I had to offset it differently if it was an airblade. Because I need to have it start further based on the scale of it. Yeah, okay. We gotta need to modify that later. For now, though, I need to do a select here. Because if it's not a scatter shot, versus if it is. No, wrong thing. Oh, that's right. Wait, where's the... There it is. So if it's not a scatter shot, then we're doing the false. If it is scattershot, then we're doing true. I know, crazy. Okay. Rotation is not required. Those who don't wear pants at all, Highland gnomes, naked protest gnomes, etc. They just reach into the hat instead of pointy bit is dual purpose? Wait, what do you mean don't wear pants? I'm pretty sure all gnomes wear pants. Pretty sure they're born with pants. Or at least cloth, right? Some kind of thing that covers the bottom. Like mine. Given the many types of shots, an enum would be advisable. The only types of shots I have right now is this new one that I have and the original. Scattershot, and now a normal one. I could make it an enum, yes. And if I ever plan to add another one, I will make it an enum. But right now we only have two. And if it's an enum, then it won't be in here. It'll be somewhere else. Anyway. So if it is true, then for each one, I mean, I guess I'll just do here. I actually need to do Y as well. We don't need X. Two is the threshold for enums? To me, it's 3. Because 2 is just a Boolean. Once you start having 3, that's my threshold. If it's 2, that's a bool. If it's 1, then it's nothing. You don't need anything, right? But yeah, once you have 3, that's enum land. Also, you don't have to be quiet. That's fine. So I don't need the projectile count here. I need the cone angle. So I wonder if it's like I don't need to do all of this computation. This is different. I wonder if I just do a whole separate thing would be a pain. No, I'll just do another branch here that just skips a bunch. Random float in range. This one's gonna be multiplied by -1. You know what I wish I could do is just do this. But when you do something like this, or it goes off of the same random floating range, it will give you the same value in both. So you have to actually do 2 of these. And then you actually get 2 different floats. Okay, so that will do that. And then here, what do we not need? We don't need this. They can be practical? Yeah, do I seem like a practical person to you? Practical. Who do you take me for? No comment. See, the interesting part of that, you saying that, is I don't consider myself practical. You say no comment would normally imply that you don't agree with me, which means you think I'm practical. Because otherwise, you'd agree with me, which... Just PCG, man. You know why I like PCG? Because I'm lazy. That's why I like PCG, because I am lazy. Yeah, we don't need this angle. We don't need this. So we need a new one of these here. That goes in here. And then on this one, we need the multi-attack. And then we add that. To the projectile count. Projectile count -1. For this one, the index doesn't actually matter. So you know what? Leave it as it was. We'll just start at index 1. I am tempted. All this should be fine. The one thing I hate about select, still to this day, and I talk about it from time to time, select loads both paths. Why? If one of them is true, load just that one. Don't load both. Like if you did a select and you wanted these to be actors, and you didn't have one of them loaded, and you never chose that option between the select, it would still scream at you about it not being valid. Why? I'm not selecting it. It doesn't need to be valid right now. They don't have an execution pin, that's why? Then give me a select with an execution pin. Okay. Then give me the option of doing a select with an execution pin. There is? What? Hold on. What do you mean there is? What is it? What select is it called something weird? It's not called select. I need to clean up this entire graph. It's way down where the flow controls. You say that like I know what you mean by flow control. Flow control. Switch. No, but a switch is different. This is different. Switch is executions. I want to select. That's the thing. I don't want to execute different things on it. I want to select different things. Yeah, you can do a switch, yes. But this is like switches on whatever you want, and this is an entirely different execution. I want the same execution just to pick a different value or a different whatever. Right? That's the point of the select, is I just wanted to select whatever thing here, and there's only one value that comes out. I just don't want it to, because this has multiple inputs, one output. A switch has one input and multiple outputs, right? They're opposite. But I want this one to not load every single input, only the one that's selected. So, a bit different. I use both, though. I use both. But like for this, I want to select, not a switch, because I want to have multiple inputs and one output. Yep. You can write to local variables when you use a switch that prevent. Yeah, I know you could do it, but I'm lazy. So. But I'm lazy. Also, how do you do a select? I mean, I guess it would depend on what you're switching on. Either way, never mind. But yeah, this again, yeah. Have you been to the Discord? It's called the Lazy Community. The original name of my YouTube channel was The Lazy Contradiction. Because I'm a lazy bastard and I'm a contradiction. So. In fact, if I still go and like try, when it says like log in through YouTube and pick your channel, it still says The Lazy Contradiction. It does not say Procedural Minds. I wish it would update, but no, it still has all the original info that I put there. It's fine, but it is what it is. Anyway, tomorrow we'll be setting up the scattershot. I'm right, you're no better. Hello, lazy contradictions. No, not it's not plural, it's singular. I am a lazy contradiction. Yeah, singular. That's what I called myself, like, when I was in college. Or maybe it was after college, I don't remember. It's been too long. I haven't called myself that in a long time, but... Plural will be too much effort for lazy. I am a lazy person, and I'm also a contradiction. That's why it's a singular. Everything in American is plural since you only buy in bulk. Well, that's just not true. You don't buy everything in bulk. You buy only a single car. That's not bulk. You buy no house. That's not bulk. 0 is not bulk. 1 is not bulk. It's just bigger. Yeah, in America, everything is bigger. It's not more, it's just bigger. Like, the cost of everything is just bigger. The things you buy are just bigger. The taxes are just bigger. Anyway. That's all the time we got for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Sounds good. Tomorrow we set up scatter shots, and hopefully it will all work and there'll be no issues, and then I'll probably want to upgrade the stupid execute projectile blueprint to make it look like not utter shit and have so many inputs. We will see. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. No, physics respect.